Yo,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
Top Flight, and we are going down the rabbit hole of new songs that we have never heard. Well, old songs that we have never heard. This one's David Allan Coe.
That's a dope little outfit, though. I can't tell.
You had a jacket on like this the other night almost.
Yeah. That loud.
You did. You really did. You never even called me by my name. David Allan Coe.
I can guess what this is about, but let's see.
What do you think, actually?
You never call me by my name. I think it could be to a girl and a one-night stand, maybe. I don't know.
Interesting take there.
But you never know. Someone wearing that don't seem like they... I don't know.
He got the Native American joint on his neck.
It's like I can't tell if he's country,
Native
Native American, or just swaggy.
Yeah. That's definitely a different vibe with that jacket on. Let's see what time it goes.
Well, it was all that I could do to keep from crying. Sometimes it seems so useless to remain, but you don't have to call me darling, darling. You never even call me by my name. You don't have to call me Waylon Jennings, and you don't have to call me Charlie Price, and you don't have to call me Merle Haggard anymore. Even though you're on my fighting side, and I'll hang around as long as you will let me, and I never minded standing in the rain, but you don't have to call me darling, darling. You never even call me by my name. Well, I've heard my name a few times in your phone book, and I've seen it on signs where I play, but the only time I know I'll hear David Allan Coe is when Jesus has his final judgment day. So I'll hang around as long as you will let me, and I never minded standing in the rain, but you don't have to call me darling, darling. You never even call me by my name. Well, a friend of mine named Steve Goodman wrote that song, and he told me it was the perfect country and western song. I wrote him back a letter and I told him it was not the perfect country and western song because he hadn't said anything at all about mama, or trains, or trucks, or prison, or getting drunk. Well, he sat down and wrote another verse to the song, and he sent it to me, and after reading it, I realized that my friend had written the perfect country and western song, and I felt obliged to include it on this album. The last verse goes like this here. Well, I was drawn to day my mom got out of prison.
Ain't playing.
And I went to pick her up in the rain. But before I could get to the station in the pickup truck, she got run over by a damned old train. And I'll hang around as long as you will let me. And I never minded standing in the rain, Lord. You don't have to call me darling, darling. You never even call me. Well, I wonder why you don't call me. Why don't you ever call me by my name?
That's hilarious.
If I,
Oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say if I was to describe what country sounds like, it's that voice. Like,
Yes.
that's like my stereotypical thought of where country lands every time.
But it's ironic because he said in the song when he started talking, he said that the dude who wrote it said he wrote the perfect country song, and then he said, "No, you didn't add the regular country stuff." What he say? Hold on, let me look it real quick. He said you didn't add your mama, trains, trucks, prison, and getting drunk. And then the next verse, he said he sent back the verse, and that was the last verse that added all those things in it. And he said, "Well, now it's perfect." That's classic right there to actually add that in the song to be like, "Yo, you thought this was the perfect country song," and then just for you to even say that his voice and everything sounds like the perfect country song, and then he's clowning that it's the perfect country song. The dude said that, and he said, "Well, you got to add this," and then he made that last verse to make it the perfect country song. But that's actually dope. That's clever that he did that. I've actually never heard like another form of music do that because like in hip hop, what we do, a lot of people talk on songs because even I do it on our songs. Like you just go into talking, and I learned that from Tupac because it was like he goes and he talks at the end and says stuff, and then other people did it. But I didn't know other forms of music did the like talking pieces where they'll explain things outside of actually singing. I actually like that. I like that. I know other
like
people
that
probably
too.
wonder, but then I like it when people talk on the track, But for him to actually say that, that's like super ironic that he did that in the middle of the song. Was like, okay, well now it's perfect because it wasn't perfect until you added these things. But then it's crazy to think because that's what everyone thinks. Well, not everyone, but that's what I thought country was like. All the songs were like those main pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Which is interesting to break it down like that because that's kind of, you know what I mean?
and then you hear something different and you're like, oh, that's dope. It's going a different route. Like, so yeah, dope little vibe from David Allan Coe.
Like, subscribe, comment. Let's go, Coe.